Multiple people have claimed to see a large furry animal trudging through the woods.
There's now even a museum dedicated to the sightings of what some are calling Bigfoot.
Bigfoot is real, and the CIA's hidden files prove it.
Bigfoot is not just big in stature. For some, it's also big business. There's long been a thriving economy built around the legend. Of course, we're a part of that.
Retired agents have spilled the truth, revealing decades of secret investigations and shocking findings. From mysterious hair samples to footprints too massive to fake, the evidence is undeniable. Cryptic files, long classified, hint at creatures that defy science and leave experts speechless. Tune in and brace yourself as we unveil the explosive truths buried in darkness, truths that were never meant to see the light of day. CIA's classified discoveries. Peter Byrne was the Bigfoot researcher who, back in the 70s, decided to send a tuft of hair to the CIA. Convinced he had stumbled upon something significant, or at least something requiring an industrial-strength comb, he took a leap of faith. Against all odds, the CIA agreed to analyze the hair with the same seriousness they applied to high-profile court evidence. Disappointment came quickly. Deer hair. But did the CIA tell us everything? Declassified documents in 2019 and recent statements from retired agents make us wonder if they didn't. But what if the hair wasn't the real mystery? What if the CIA found something far stranger and chose to keep it buried?
Just south of Wright, Minnesota, a group of men set out to investigate a series of Bigfoot sightings. And upon hearing the sounds of a bizarre vocalization in the dark,
what's intriguing is how seriously this unusual investigation was taken. Typically, the CIA steers clear of cryptozoological claims, focusing instead on matters of national security. Yet this case, initially dismissed as a curiosity, spiraled into something larger. The classified nature of the findings fueled endless speculation, giving rise to conspiracy theories about what the government might be hiding. Skeptics argue that the resources spent on this investigation suggests that someone believed the evidence warranted serious consideration. Why else would an institution like the CIA entertain such an outlandish request? Scott Daniels, a former agent with a lot to say and little to lose, stepped out of the shadows to reveal that the CIA received far more interesting samples in the 80s and 90s. Hair, footprints, and even tissue of dubious origin passed through their hands. And the best part? Some of it didn't match any known species. Apparently, someone decided the world wasn't ready to deal with this, and everything was locked away. Daniels confessed, "We got results that left us perplexed. Some of us thought we'd found something, but the order was clear. Total silence."
In 1967, a series of giant, controversial footprints were found by a crew building a road into an extremely remote wilderness area in Bluff Creek.
Daniels' revelations have reignited debates in scientific circles, with some experts calling for the release of any remaining evidence for independent analysis. The question remains, if these samples genuinely contain DNA sequences that defied classification, what does that mean for our understanding of species evolution? Could Bigfoot represent a surviving relic of an ancient hominid species? Daniels' claims are tantalizing but frustratingly incomplete, leaving much to the imagination. Let's talk about the mementos this mysterious being has left behind. In 1994, someone sent the CIA a footprint cast 17 inches long with ridges that seemed to say, "I'm real." Experts claimed it couldn't be fake. Then came a tissue sample in 1998 that also proved to be a headache. Rare DNA, partially degraded, but enough to suggest it wasn't anything they'd seen before. And all of it, predictably, was archived and quickly forgotten. These footprints, though fascinating, pose significant challenges for researchers. Without a consistent trail to follow, it's nearly impossible to establish the creature's patterns or habits. However, the presence of dermal ridges, skin patterns akin to human fingerprints, on several casts adds a layer of authenticity that's difficult to dismiss. Experts in forensic podiatry have studied these ridges, noting features that would be nearly impossible to replicate artificially. This raises the question, are we looking at evidence of an undiscovered species? Eyewitness accounts vary, but recurring themes suggest a creature that avoids human interaction whenever possible. Reports often include details like the creature's unusual gait, the immense size of its footprints, and its ability to disappear into dense foliage almost effortlessly. These consistent elements lend credence to the idea that witnesses are encountering the same or similar beings. Critics argue these accounts are influenced by folklore, but believers point to the striking similarities as evidence of a shared, genuine experience. In 2019, Doug Teague and his dog Crazy Daisy were leisurely strolling through the woods of North Carolina when everything changed. First, strange knocks in the distance, then a massive shadow. Doug, armed with his phone, captured what he believes is one of the clearest videos of Bigfoot. And as if that wasn't enough, he found giant footprints that he cast immediately. To top it off, the creature reportedly threw rocks at him, a hobby that seems popular among Bigfoot, according to similar accounts. Doug's video has been scrutinized by experts and enthusiasts alike. While some dismiss it as another blurry piece of evidence,
the research community have noted for decades that there seems to be a connection between coyotes and Sasquatches. A lot of people were saying maybe the coyotes are following the Sasquatches around and waiting for scraps after the Sasquatch kills a deer or something like that.
Others argue it's one of the most compelling sightings in recent years. The casts he made of the footprints have been analyzed for depth and pressure, suggesting they were made by a creature of considerable weight. Doug's encounter adds to a growing list of incidents that defy easy explanation, leaving even skeptics intrigued. In 2020, a hiker in San Gabriel, California, also had his moment of terror. While filming the landscape, he caught a motionless but imposing figure among the trees. Between 10 and 15 feet tall, the creature seemed to be studying him as much as he was studying it. And this wasn't an isolated case. In Southern California, encounters with this creature are becoming almost routine. The San Gabriel sighting sparked renewed interest in Bigfoot research, particularly in areas not traditionally associated with such encounters. Investigators combed the area for additional evidence, uncovering strange claw marks on trees and enormous footprints that match descriptions from other sightings. These findings suggest the possibility of migratory behavior, challenging previous assumptions that Bigfoot is confined to specific regions. Across Asia, the Yeti, often considered a cousin of Bigfoot, has been part of Himalayan folklore for centuries. In South America, indigenous tribes speak of the Mapinguari, a massive ape-like creature that roams the Amazon rainforest. These global accounts share enough similarities to suggest a common thread, leading some researchers to theorize that these beings could be relic populations of an ancient species that once spanned the globe. From the famous Patterson-Gimlin film in 1967 to recent YouTube videos, Bigfoot recordings are a phenomenon unto themselves. While many are blurry, others seem too detailed to dismiss easily. The debates between believers and skeptics have led to exhaustive analyses, but no definitive answers. The CIA's files open the door to a bigger story with sightings and tales from all corners of the world. Bigfoot across continents. One of the most controversial aspects of Bigfoot footage is the lack of high-quality, close-range recordings. Skeptics argue this points to hoaxes or misidentifications, but proponents suggest the creature's elusive nature makes capturing clear evidence extraordinarily difficult. Advances in drone technology and motion-activated cameras have increased the likelihood of obtaining definitive proof. But for now, the mystery remains. Whether you believe in Bigfoot or not, the enigma is far from disappearing. Evidence keeps surfacing, sightings continue, and collective imagination is more alive than ever. We may never get conclusive proof, or perhaps one day we'll come face to face with this legendary creature. In the meantime, think twice before venturing into a solitary forest. You might not be as alone as you think. For those who think Bigfoot is a North American phenomenon, a global review might surprise them. The Himalayas, home to the legendary Yeti, have produced sightings with notable similarities to Sasquatch. British explorers in the 1950s documented enormous footprints in the snow, while local communities have reported encounters with a hairy, solitary creature. In South America, the Mono Grande of the Amazon region has been a recurring story among indigenous peoples. While skeptics try to explain it as large, misidentified primates, witness descriptions suggest something more mysterious. Global connectivity and social media have amplified these accounts, leading to debates that cross borders.
The husband said he didn't want to come out and talk to us because he has a professional reputation to protect. His wife said she'd come out and talk to us, but she's also concerned about her reputation professionally.
Of course, there's also the African continent, where the Ngokoko has occupied a prominent place in local folklore. According to legends, this creature is seen as a forest protector, but its size and aggressive behaviors have generated fear and respect among rural communities. Indigenous knowledge often contains clues that modern science overlooks. In many cases, local stories describe creatures that perfectly match Bigfoot's characteristics, raising the possibility that these beings are deeply rooted in human history. By examining folklore alongside contemporary sightings, researchers may uncover patterns that point to the truth behind these legends. Science has also played its part in keeping the discussion alive. Cryptozoology, though not officially recognized as a conventional discipline, continues to attract the attention of those seeking to explain the unexplainable. Every new discovery, from recordings to physical evidence like footprints or hair, leads to long investigations that, while not always conclusive, keep the mystery alive. Some scientists argue that Bigfoot's existence would have profound implications for our understanding of biodiversity and evolution. If such a creature exists, it would challenge existing paradigms about the capabilities and adaptability of primates. However, without concrete evidence, the scientific community remains divided, with skeptics demanding rigorous proof and believers urging further exploration. Recent advances in genetic analysis have opened new possibilities for examining existing evidence. Hair samples once dismissed as inconclusive could be reanalyzed using modern techniques, potentially yielding groundbreaking results. The question is whether institutions are willing to dedicate resources to such efforts.
For decades, researchers have been trying to communicate with Bigfoot. But have you ever wondered who he is trying to communicate with? These audio recordings might just answer that question.
Given the stigma surrounding cryptozoological research. As technology improves, the line between myth and reality continues to blur. Whether through chance discovery or deliberate investigation, the truth about Bigfoot may one day emerge, forever altering our understanding of the natural world. Until then, the search continues, driven by curiosity, skepticism, and the enduring allure of the unknown. Bigfoot isn't just some campfire tale anymore. It's practically an industry. Small towns across North America are cashing in big time on the legend, turning it into a lifeline for their economies. Forget the mysterious creature lurking in the woods. Bigfoot has become the face of festivals, museums, tours, and merchandise that bring in visitors and dollars alike. For these communities, Bigfoot is less about myth and more about money. And honestly, who can blame them? Take festivals. These aren't just little local fairs. They're massive events that pull in tens of thousands of people every year. Willow Creek in California, which calls itself the Bigfoot capital of the world, throws an annual Bigfoot Days bash that completely transforms the sleepy town. Picture parades, live music, Bigfoot-themed crafts, and even costume contests. It's like a small town celebration supercharged with mystery and folklore. Local businesses gear up months in advance to handle the crowds, and it's worth it. Hotels fill up, restaurants are slammed, and shops rake it in. Marion, North Carolina, has its own version of this with a Bigfoot festival that's become a major draw for families, researchers, and fans. The result? Job, thriving businesses, and communities that get a much-needed shot in the arm financially. Then there are the museums. These places are equal parts quirky and fascinating, and they're cash cows for towns that might otherwise be off the map. Felton, California has the Bigfoot Discovery Museum, a treasure trove of footprint casts, supposed hair samples, and first-hand accounts. Meanwhile, Bailey, Colorado boasts the Sasquatch Outpost, where you can dive deep into the creature's lore. These spots are more than just fun pit stops. They're year-round attractions that keep money flowing into local economies. Plus, they add an educational twist, teaching visitors about local history and folklore while keeping the mystery alive. And let's not forget the guided tours. These adventures are like a mix of ghost hunting and a nature walk, but with more mud and fewer guarantees. Armed with night vision goggles, thermal cameras, and audio recorders, groups head into the wilderness hoping to catch a glimpse of something. Skeptics might roll their eyes, but for many, it's not just about spotting Bigfoot. It's the thrill of the hunt.
In 2011, what was supposed to be the original finger was tested by the Royal College of Surgeons, and it came back as human. Do they believe that the Yeti is a real animal, flesh and blood?
The camaraderie with fellow adventurers, and the chance to unplug and connect with nature. Some tours even offer workshops on how to analyze tracks or set up motion-activated cameras, making the experience as hands-on as it gets. Of course, there's also the merchandise. From t-shirts and mugs to books and action figures, if you can slap Bigfoot's face on it, it'll sell. These items aren't just souvenirs, they're keepsakes of an experience, a way for visitors to take a piece of the legend home. And the demand is no joke. Beyond local shops, online stores are cashing in too, shipping Bigfoot-themed swag to fans around the globe. The economic impact of this merchandising boom is massive, proving that the mystery of Bigfoot isn't confined to the forests. But let's not pretend it's all smooth sailing. With success comes challenges, and Bigfoot tourism is no exception. More visitors mean more strain on local ecosystems. Building roads, parking lots, and other infrastructure can disrupt wildlife and wreck pristine landscapes. Some communities are stepping up, adopting sustainable practices like limiting group sizes on tours or funneling festival proceeds into conservation projects. It's a balancing act, keeping the cash flowing while protecting the environment that makes Bigfoot tourism possible in the first place. Bigfoot has become a global icon, way bigger than the sightings that supposedly started it all. Movies, television shows, and documentaries have made the creature a household name, even if they've exaggerated the lore a bit. For the towns riding this wave, Bigfoot is more than a moneymaker. It's a badge of honor. Murals, statues, and roadside attractions dedicated to the creature turn heads and spark conversations, giving these communities a unique identity rooted in mystery and storytelling. Bigfoot isn't just about strange sightings. It's about how one legend is bringing small towns, power of mystery in communities and ecosystems. Bigfoot's popularity has also nudged some scientific curiosity. While mainstream researchers are mostly skeptical, the public's fascination has led to a deeper appreciation for wildlife and conservation. Museums and tours often sneak in lessons about ecosystems and research methods, teaching visitors to respect nature even if they're chasing myths. In some cases, funds raised through Bigfoot-related activities have gone toward protecting habitats, ensuring that the forests and the legends stay alive. At the heart of it all, Bigfoot is a symbol of resilience and imagination for these small towns. It's proof that even the quirkiest idea can bring people together, spark curiosity, and create opportunities. Whether it's through festivals, museums, tours, or souvenirs, the Bigfoot phenomenon keeps communities thriving and visitors coming back. The possibility of a giant, hairy mystery lurking out there captures imaginations and fuels curiosity. It's that blend of myth and reality that keeps the story alive and the cash registers ringing. In North Carolina, Marion's Bigfoot Festival similarly pumps money into the local economy. Vendors flock to the event, setting up stalls that sell everything from Bigfoot-shaped cookies to outdoor gear. Food trucks line the streets, offering creative menus inspired by the creature. The buzz generated by these festivals often attracts media attention, further cementing the town's reputation as a must-visit destination for enthusiasts and curious travelers. The museum circuit is equally impactful. Beyond Bailey, Colorado, and Felton, California, other towns have joined the trend, each offering their unique spin on Bigfoot lore. The Bigfoot Crossroads Museum in Hastings, Nebraska, for instance, blends local folklore with interactive exhibits, drawing families and school groups year-round. These museums often collaborate with local historians and storytellers to create immersive experiences, ensuring visitors leave with more than just a few fun facts. They're creating memories, and those memories often translate into repeat visits and word-of-mouth recommendations. Guided tours offer another dimension to the phenomenon. In regions known for reported sightings, local guides build entire businesses around the legend. These tours are designed to be both educational and thrilling, with guides sharing not just Bigfoot stories, but also insights into local flora and fauna. Participants often leave with a newfound appreciation for the natural world, regardless of whether they spot a clue pointing to Bigfoot's existence. For the guides themselves, these tours are more than just a livelihood. They're a way to share their passion for the outdoors and keep local traditions alive. As Bigfoot's legend grows, the demand for themed merchandise continues to soar. This isn't limited to the obvious trinkets like mugs and magnets. Entrepreneurs have gotten creative, launching product lines that include everything from Bigfoot-themed craft beers to specialty outdoor gear.
You know, when I see footage, especially at that distance, if it's a Bigfoot, I would get that impression that it's a Bigfoot or something like it. And the impression that I get from the original is that it's a human.
Some businesses even partner with local artists to produce limited edition pieces, creating a sense of exclusivity that appeals to collectors. The reach of Bigfoot branding has extended into digital spaces, with e-commerce platforms enabling small-town entrepreneurs to sell their products globally. This expansion has not only bolstered individual businesses, but has also elevated the profiles of the towns themselves. Communities that embrace Bigfoot tourism often find unexpected benefits beyond the immediate financial gains. The festivals, museums, and tours foster a sense of pride and belonging among residents. For many, being part of a town known for its Bigfoot connection becomes a point of identity. It's a unifying factor, bringing together locals who might not otherwise interact. Events like parades and storytelling nights create opportunities for collaboration and creativity, strengthening the social fabric of these communities. Sustainability remains a crucial aspect of managing this growth. While the influx of visitors is a boon for local businesses, it's essential to ensure that natural habitats are preserved. Towns like Willow Creek and Marion have implemented measures to minimize environmental impact, such as organizing cleanup drives after festivals and promoting the use of eco-friendly materials. Some tour operators have gone a step further, incorporating conservation education into their programs. By highlighting the importance of preserving forests and wildlife, these initiatives ensure that the legend of Bigfoot can coexist with the very environment that sustains it. Media portrayals of Bigfoot have also played a significant role in shaping public perception. Films and documentaries often walk the line between entertainment and exaggeration, but they keep the mystery alive in the popular imagination. For towns associated with the legend, this media attention translates into increased tourism. Roadside attractions like Bigfoot statues and themed diners become must-see stops for road trippers, further embedding the creature into the cultural landscape. Scientific interest, while secondary to folklore, has added an intriguing layer to the phenomenon. Researchers who study reports of Bigfoot sightings often explore broader topics such as wildlife patterns and habitat preservation. This overlap has led to collaborations between tourism boards and scientific organizations, resulting in programs that educate visitors while promoting conservation. These efforts underscore the multifaceted impact of Bigfoot tourism, blending entertainment, education, and environmental stewardship. Interestingly, Bigfoot's legend has sparked creativity in ways beyond the usual suspects. In some areas, local artists and writers have drawn inspiration from the mystery, creating novels, paintings, and even music that celebrates the lore. These creative endeavors often find their way into local festivals or museum exhibits, adding a richer cultural layer to the tourism experience. The connection between Bigfoot and creativity showcases how folklore can fuel artistic expression while boosting the local economy. Moreover, the popularity of Bigfoot tourism has encouraged towns to enhance their infrastructure, often benefiting residents as much as visitors. Roads are improved, public spaces are beautified, and new facilities are built to accommodate the influx of tourists. These changes leave a lasting legacy that continues to serve the community long after the festival's end. Improved amenities also make these towns more appealing for potential residents, creating a cycle of growth and development that stems from embracing the legend. Bigfoot myth, hoax, or undiscovered relic of evolution? Share your thoughts below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.